touring Menifee, California. Well, we are touring East Menifee specifically. We're actually going to break it up into two videos because Menifee is quite large. So we are starting in the southeast corner of Menifee for this video. I'm here at Veterans Park, which is right across the street from the new-ish, it's probably, I'm going to guess like 5 years old or so, Liberty High School, which is the new high school in Menifee. And then there's an awesome park that they just built that's right next to that. So we're starting here and we're going to get our tour going. Here is another shot of the new Liberty High School. It looks like a junior college campus to me. And then this is a continuation of Veterans Park. This is the baseball fields here. This is actually a very new park, but we have already had some travel ball games that have been scheduled here. So already getting put to good use. Around the corner here, you have some play structures and they're covered, which is great because it does get quite hot out here. And of course, as I'm getting into the community here, without fail, we are always filming on trash day, it seems like. I don't know why that is, but I also want to see, Chris, if you can pan forward a little bit and take a look at these hills right across from Braverde and just in Menifee in general. This is the reason why we have so much new construction out here. You can see this beautiful hilly meadow. We have a lot of open land here still, which is quite rare in Southern California, but in Menifee, Winchester area, that's why we have a lot of new construction, because there is still land to build on. So I do expect over the years for that to develop out over time. So just to wrap up Veterans Park, they also have, in addition to the baseball and the playground, there's soccer fields, and I saw basketball courts as well, and I believe pickleball, yes. Which Chris wanted me to be sure to mention pickleball because that's his favorite. Here you can get a better view of these meadows and the open land that I was talking about. It's still a little bit green right now. When we get a lot of rain, this gets totally green and beautiful, but quite frankly, we did not get that much rain this year, so it's starting to go brown. And in the summer, I call it the summer brown. In the summer, all the hills and everything will be brown, but once we get some rain, it gets beautiful. That's another thing that I want to be sure that I mention about this area that is one of my favorite things that I love is the snow-capped mountains, that as you're coming up the 215 freeway, often in the distance, you can see beautiful snow-capped mountains. And like where I'm at, where I live, over on the other side of Murrieta, we do not get to see much of those mountain views with the snow. But as soon as I'm coming up the 215 towards Menifee, that's when you can really see the mountains, especially if it's a clear day. Yeah, it's beautiful. This is the entrance to Braverde, New Richmond American community. This one is just about sold out. They had several sub-communities in here, and I believe just one of them, Legacy, which was the largest homes, I believe that is the last community that's selling in here, but there still is chances to get new homes. There goes Premier Pools truck. A lot of people getting pools in here. In fact, one of my clients who purchased in here, who waited like a year and a half for like the largest lot, I believe, in the entire community, just put in a pool in his huge backyard. So we're hoping to be invited to that this summer. He says we are. He hasn't met our animals yet, so we'll see. Okay, we're just now passing Sumac Ridge, which is another new construction community that's completely sold out. I believe it finished selling out last year. That was a Meritage homes community, so some really nice floor plans in there. And right now we're passing Revival Church, which to my knowledge, I feel like Revival is one of the biggest churches in Menifee. A lot of churches all throughout the valley, though. I actually had a friend recently refer to this area as the Bible Belt of California, like as far as Southwest Riverside County goes. And I would actually probably agree with that. We do have a lot of churches to choose from if that is something that you're looking for. A lot of property with land out here, horses, some people have animals. That's a ranch that we're passing by. Again, more open area. I'm sure that it's going to be developed at some point. This community on the left, we're not going to loop in here, but these are some nice large lots. They seem like custom homes to me. It's nice in there. A lot of people have pools, room for RV storage, that sort of thing. A little bit pricier in there because I believe they're custom homes. Okay, we are about to get on the freeway here at Scott Road going north on the 215 freeway. But if I was to go left here, there's some convenient shopping for the people who live off Scott Road. You have your grocery stores, gas station, fast food and stuff. And I do want to make sure to point out one business that I think is a really sweet business over here. It's called Little Red Barn, and it is like a toddler playroom where they have a lot of toys and events, little get-together, little reading, crafts, arts and crafts type things for toddlers, so young children. They also have a little shop in there where they sell like the Melissa and Doug toys. I've been wanting to take my daughter there, who is almost 2. That has been on my to-do list. One other thing I want to say real quick about this freeway on-ramp, which is great. We've got a lot of lanes here, and one really nice thing about living in South Menifee, in my opinion, is Scott Road does not have very much traffic at all. It's a huge freeway exit, and it just doesn't get that congested. It does not get near as congested as to where we're headed, which is Newport Road. So Scott Road is a good option if you're looking for less traffic. Also, if you're wanting to go over to the shopping off of Newport Road, if you want to avoid that traffic, you just cross that Scott Road intersection and then you can head north on the side roads. And that is definitely your best way to get over to like Menifee Town Center and Countryside Marketplace, where there's a lot of shops and restaurants without having to deal with the Newport Road traffic. Also, City Hall is over there. The courthouse is over there. Hopefully you're not needing to go to the courthouse unless you're working, but that is easier access to get over there to all of that. I want to point out these new homes over here on the right. These are Tricon properties that they just built. They were built to rent. They were not built to purchase. They're almost like detached condos. They are detached homes, but they're on really small lots. So different people, they have different opinions about that sort of thing. We need housing inventory, but the future of new construction, kind of the trends of where new construction is going right now, is we are seeing a lot of properties on these smaller lots, a lot of these detached condos, I basically call them. So good for more housing inventory, bad for traffic and, aesthetics. Now we're passing Mount San Jacinto College, which is a junior college in our area. Big campus, sports, easy access to the freeway. So we're passing that here. We'll show you some drone shots as well. Main freeway access right here, main freeway exit, Newport Road. So this is where almost everything is off of Newport. This is also where the most traffic is. It actually doesn't look too bad right now, which is great. So shopping on the left, this is where I'm dividing the freeways, where I'm dividing East and West Menifee. So we're going to go over West Menifee in a separate video where I'm going to show you all that shopping over there, because you're going to want to know about that. And actually a lot of the restaurants that I like and even sandwich places are over there as well. So we're going to hang a right on Newport, which is going to bring us east. Right off the freeway in Newport on our east side, there's a lot of shopping as well. So right now to my right, we're passing Ralph's. There's also a Living Spaces furniture store, which is very popular. They have reasonably priced furniture. It's modern. That's the only one in Southwest Riverside County, if you're interested in that furniture. And then on the left here is another new shopping area that has a lot of stores that I like in here too. One of them is Barron's. That's a good grocery store. It's kind of like Whole Foods, but it's not quite as expensive. They have good salad bar. You can do the grab and go sandwiches. They have good produce. Those are all throughout our area, and that one is the newest one. So there's one in Temecula, one in Wildemar, one in Murrieta, and then this one in Menifee is the newest one. There's also a drive-through coffee bean and tea leaf. I know a lot of people like that. If you want a Starbucks alternative, that's in that shopping center. We are going to cross Antelope Road here right off the freeway, and then we're going to get into our first community off Newport Road, and that's called Menifee Lakes. Huge community, a lot of subsections. There's even a 55 plus subsection in here. A lot of HOA amenities, pool, there is the lake, there's parks, a lot going on in here. Fun fact, I tried to buy my first home ever. It was in Menifee, and it was in Menifee Lakes, but I did not get it. I think I'm actually going to try to drive us by that so you can see it. There's also a golf course behind the community called Menifee Country Club. It's open to the public. They have a restaurant as well. Chris and I actually went there recently. We had a listing in here. And anyway, when we were working over here, we would go to that restaurant for lunch. So that was nice, overlooking the golf course. And it's reasonable as far as golfing goes. It's not the fanciest golf course and country club, but it's affordable. Menifee Lakes was mostly built in the 80s and 90s. This section over here, I believe, was mostly built in the 80s. And the property that I tried to buy way back in the day was on this street called Champions. These are mostly like 500s and 600,000s. On this side, these are all single stories. But on the other side and down the way, you can get, it's a mixture of single stories and 2 stories. And now this side over here is the one that backs to the golf course, and that's one that I tried to buy, and it's actually a little bit depressing to think of the asking price for this property when I tell you, but I am going to tell you, was $130,000. And I'm actually kind of upset that I wasn't able to get the home because it was actually a listing that my company was selling. It was back in the foreclosure days. I worked for that company. Yeah, so it was one of our listings, and I couldn't even get the property. It went to an all cash investor, and that's a whole nother story that we won't go into, but it wasn't supposed to be allowed to be sold to an investor because it was a Fannie Mae home, but the people basically lied about it. So I'm still a little bit bitter about it. So as far as price appreciation in Menifee, you can get a lot of appreciation. I mean, it's more than tripled or quadrupled since I tried to buy that. I think I was back in 2010. So Menifee Lakes continues on both sides of Newport Road. So it's on the north and the south side of Newport Road. And we're going to head over to some newer construction. Menifee Lakes, by the way, is popular because it's in the thick of everything that you could need to get to in Menifee. And it has like rock bottom taxes in the area as well because they're older properties. If you've been watching my videos, the newer the home in our area, the higher the property tax rate. So if you're looking for low property taxes, Menifee Lakes is a great option. So we're just leaving Menifee Lakes, heading, we're kind of central East Menifee at the moment, and there's more shopping on my right as well. You've got Stater Brothers and Rite Aid. Okay, we're pulling into the Lakes community, and I apologize if all the lake communities are confusing, but we do have a lot of communities with lakes and lakes in the name. Okay, we are at the entrance to the lakes. We're actually not going to enter. We're gonna make a U-turn, but here's the clubhouse here. It looks like that they are re-slurrying the driveway. The parking lot here, you can see the workers. Really nice clubhouse. They have a lake, the swimming pool that overlooks the lake. It's pretty. We call this the water slide community because the pool has a water slide, which is actually kind of rare around here. It's only open certain hours. I believe they have to have staff here for that. And here's the lake, and you can see some of the houses back to the lake. This may or may not be obvious, but it is a man-made lake, and all of the lakes in our area are man-made for these communities. Here's another shot of the lake here, and then again you have the swimming pool that overlooks the lake, and then you have the clubhouse behind it. You can have parties at the clubhouse too. I was there showing clients last time, and somebody was having a quinceañera, so they have a private room that you can rent out for parties as well. Okay, we got back on to Newport, and we are at the very end of Newport Road. So if we were to go straight, that would turn into the Minigoni Road, into Winchester, and then past Winchester, it brings you to Hemet. So we are at the end of East Murrieta here at Banner Park, which is a new Pulte community. And gosh, the funny thing is the models are like just now opening. I believe within a week or so, the models are going to be opening, but they have actually been selling in here for quite a while. I have one client that's purchasing in here, and she bought in phase 6, and they're probably even beyond that. So they've been selling in here for a while. There's 3 sub communities. You have a single-story community here. You have the medium-sized 2-story homes. The medium-sized homes are called Merit, and then Crest is the largest homes. So whether you're looking for a smaller single-story or you are looking for the huge 5+ bedroom home, there is a lot of options here. I do want to explain this community, Banner Park, real quick. They do refer to it as Banner Park. I refer to it as Banner Park 2. Because right across the street, they had the exact same floor plans, very similar community, Banner Park, and I call it Banner Park 1. That one is completely sold out, and then they came over here for this second portion of the community. We're actually gonna go by what I call Banner Park 1 right now. They have this nice park here on the right. We are now headed north to Northeast Menifee, and we're gonna go check out Meritage Lake, which is a really popular non-gated another lake community in Murrieta. I do have a lot of neighborhood tours on that community because I've had a lot of clients buy there, both new construction and resales. Meritage Lake, by the way, is completely closed out. They sold in there for a long time, like at least a decade, but it's completely closed out now. So it's just resale homes, but really popular neighborhood. As you can see, as we're driving up here, Meritage Lake, it's a little bit further from the shops and restaurants, but it's also pretty quiet up there. So if you're looking for like a quiet environment that is away from the traffic of like, say, Newport Road, where we were just at, Meritage Lake might be a good option. Speaking of shops and things, they are starting to, I think they just got a gas station and a convenience store. So some of those things are starting to build out over here as the population increases. We are just about to cross Simpson Road into Meritage Lake. We came from Banner Park. Now, if we were to hang a right here on Simpson, there's more new construction down in the city of Winchester. There's like a D.R. Horton community that's right down there, very close to here as well. So Meritage Lake, a lot of parks, one of which is on the left. There's also a really cool sports park that's really new. We'll be sure to show you some footage of that as well. So you have regular parks throughout the community. You have these linear parks like what's right across the street from you with trails. Meritage Lake is one of the best HOA values in our entire area, in my opinion. I mean, the HOA is only about, it's like $70 or $80. I have to look and see what it was today. But you've got multiple pools, clubhouse, the lake, the parks. It's a really great value. There's also a couple of schools in the community as well. The elementary school and the middle school are located within the community, and the high school is just a short drive away as well. Builders in Meritage Lake was Cal Atlantic, which at some point merged or got acquired by Lennar. So when I was selling new construction in Meritage Lake, I had a lot of clients buying new construction over the last the last several years when they were closing out over here, and they were buying, it was Lennar homes. Left on McCall Road on the north end of Heritage Lake. Oh, you can see the lake right behind me. You can see the pool area, and the splash pad is right here as well. There's also this little lagoon. Oh gosh, you're not going to be able to see it from this angle, but right in front of the clubhouse there's this lagoon that a lot of times has turtles in it, which is kind of fun. And you actually can catch and release fishing, I've been told, at that lake in designated areas. We're going to continue on. McCall is a freeway exit in North Menifee, so we're going to go back and hit the 215 freeway. But on our way, we're going to pass one more community that's on the right, and it's called Remington. It was also a Lennar community, but there was no HOA at Remington. So whereas Heritage Lake, you have an HOA. If you were interested in not having an HOA, you might want to look at Remington. Same builder, no HOA, no amenities over there. But they do have a park, and then up here you're going to see where they just built the gas station and some conveniences over here too. And I do expect this commercial shopping area to expand over the years because we're getting increase in population over here. So it looks like they got the sign up now. It's called McCall Square. There's Remington way off to the right. We might not be able to see it behind this brand new commercial shopping center, which actually has continued construction even since the last time that I was over here. Was only like the Chipotle and the 7-Eleven, but now it looks like they're getting some bigger buildings. I had heard they were gonna have a grocery store over here. I don't know exactly what's going on. If you, oh, drive through Starbucks. That's new too. If you are local to the area, I would love to know what are they going to be putting in that shopping center. If you know what's coming, let me know down below in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Okay, we're heading back towards the freeway. This is Menifee Global Medical Center. It is a hospital. I don't hear a ton about it where it's the only hospital that I'm aware of in Menifee, but most people seem to go to North Murrieta, right on the Menifee border, is what I call the Murrieta Medical Corridor. There's a Kaiser there. There's Loma Linda University Medical Center Hospital there. Seems like most people are going there and to like Rancho Springs or drawing a blank, what's the one called across from us?
Those are all for having babies. You're hearing about maternity.
Oh yeah, maternity wise, the only hospitals around here that deliver babies are Rancho Springs and Loma Linda. There's also, it depends on what you need. Different hospitals around here specialize in different things. Like there's one in Temecula Valley Hospital, specializes in the heart. Inland Valley Hospital, that's the one I was trying to remember the name of. That's actually the one closest to me. That one I heard is good for trauma, God forbid you're in a car accident. And then again, babies, Rancho Spring, Loma Linda University. I have had a baby at each, so if you're interested in my opinion on which one you should deliver at, happy to have that conversation with you. And that pretty much wraps up our tour of East Menifee. I hope that helped you get a lay of the land. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have any questions, we're here from you. Thanks so much. Bye.